Manchester City bottle it in the last minute of the game at home against their bogey team, Crystal Palace. They were 1-0 up. They were 2-0 up. They couldn't kill the game off. And Roy Hodgson's men, who have felt a little bit aggrieved recently, have felt a little bit hard done by as of late, came up trumps. They have thrown another massive, a gargantuan spanner into the works of this title race. Liverpool fans, Arsenal fans, Aston Villa fans everywhere in jubilant celebrations right now. It keeps Manchester City fourth in the league. Yes, they're only 3 points from the top. It's not a million miles away, but an opportunity now for Liverpool when they play Man United to go 6 points clear. Arsenal have the opportunity to get back to 5 points clear, which is huge for both Liverpool and Arsenal as they play each other on the 23rd, which neither wants to lose, neither wants to drop points, but it's inevitable that one or both will drop points in that game. This gives them a little bit of a cushion, plus Man City go away to the World Club Championships. And it was a City performance. Well, look, they were the better team. They passed and moved the ball well. But again, there was just something slightly missing. Something slightly missing from this Manchester City team. And you could argue that's Erling Haaland not being there, somebody to put the ball into the back of the net. But overall, it just was not a good enough performance. It wasn't a good enough display. There wasn't enough clinical edge. And I felt as the game dwindled on, and we saw this when they played Liverpool recently and a number of other games, it's almost like a bit of fight has gone from them. It's almost as though they've lost a little bit of, that je ne sais quoi, that little va-va-voom. They've lost a little bit of life. They've lost a little bit of soul. That doesn't mean they're not the best team in the country still. Doesn't mean they won't win the English Premier League. Those two things, they can be off the pace slightly and still win it because they're still an amazing side. There's no doubt about it whatsoever. But the encouragement that the likes of Liverpool, the encouragement that Arsenal must be feeling this afternoon is, wow, we've got a great opportunity and a great chance here to win our first, with Arsenal's point of view, win our first Premier League title in a long time. Liverpool's perspective will be that, Klopp's been here and been brilliant, but maybe not won enough Premier Leagues for his likings. 4-peats can be stopped, which is a record that impacts every member of the top six, as it were, because at the end of the day, you don't want a team doing a 4-peat because they're so hard to do. It's likely that your club's never going to do it because it's never been done before. And you always want the records to either be achievable or to be in the basket of your football club, as it were. So this is huge. A huge result today, a seismic result in many, many ways. And it's another smudge on the ledger, really, this season for City. If you look over their last 5 or 6 games, it sincerely has not been anywhere near good enough for a club the size of Manchester City. And it's as simple and as straightforward as that. And I don't think it can be denied. I don't think it can be overly played down, but I want to get your views and I want to get your opinions on this in the comment sections as well. We will be covering Chelsea on this game. I'm just trying to update the thumbnail at exactly the same time that I'm talking to you all because, I'm a one-man band. Although KJ's in the building with me right now. We're going out for my birthday for some food a little bit later. So he is around. He might have left to go and get ready. He's staying down the road, a lovely little place. But when I get that, I'm going to update it while I'm talking to you, all right? Now, do that. It's gone too far. There he is. That's perfect. Right, I'm going to update that thumbnail, and now I can get back to talking to you all. But look, I think Crystal Palace deserve a lot of praise as well. They had some poor results recently. They've had Roy Hodgson and co really sort of frustrated and angry at some of the decisions that have taken place. they were unhappy with what happened with the red card against Liverpool. I actually still think the referee got that absolutely right in that game. But what a response from them. What a response from him as a manager. He was kind of being teased and joked about a lot this week, but they absolutely deserved it. There's no doubt about it whatsoever. FSG and Klopp must spend in January. We have a chance. And this is very, very true. 110%. This is very, very true. Arsenal, Liverpool, do not rest on your laurels. Go out and buy the best available players for your team in the positions you need, because this isn't, in my opinion, and I'm starting to change my mind now, about who may win the league, because this City team, it isn't just not playing well. There is something, and I'm telling you this now, unless you've had a team as good as what City were last year. And I know Liverpool fans of old will know this. Man United fans will know this. Barca fans will get it. Madrid fans will get it. Great sides. Very few fan bases have had a great team, like a greatness team, a legendary team that will live on forever. You can see when there's 5% missing. And that still, in many people's eyes, will make it favourites. And that's why Arsenal and that's why Liverpool needs to get out big. I agree with that super chat 100%. LB is fuming. Please check for me, though. Was it not a foul on Silva in the build-up to the penalty? And how far do you go back? I'd have to watch it again. It's very hard when I'm watching 2 or 3 games at the same time. And obviously, I was keeping an eye on the situation at Bournemouth, and wish a very speedy recovery to Tom Lockhart, who, everybody, he suffered something. No, it's not been clarified exactly what happened to that man, just Locks right now, but we'll see. And hopefully he's better. Fabrizio has said that he is responsive and alert, which is a very, very good sign at this stage. So I was watching all those games. So I didn't see a foul on it. I mean, the penalty was a stone waller. Phil Foden absolutely takes the man's leg out. I don't think it was a foul based on what I've seen. I'll have to watch it again, though. I'll have to watch it again to give a conclusive answer. If anyone's got a link, if it's trending somewhere on Twitter, somebody DM me a link and I'll have another watch of it right now. Actually, someone just sent me a link here. No, it's something else. There's a different link for something. The same penalty again. They gave it today. The penalty that Arsenal should have got last week, given today. Absolutely crazy. Bottled it even after cheating is what Data has got to say to us here. Deacon says Hamza screwed City so hard with that video. Them football gods, brother. Them pesky old football gods. Waka, hey. City drop points again. Yeah, he's never going to be able to live that down. He's never going to be able to live that down now. Palace robbed, Grealish offside, Ederson red card. I don't think it was a red card for Ederson. That was covering players. I do think the first goal was offside, though. I want to see a close-up of the line, because I believe they're going to put that line of Palace's against Nathaniel Klein's hand. For me, I thought it was offside. We haven't seen a close-up of the lines. We need to get the automated system that the Champions League has, because that did look offside to me personally. Palace robbed, win deserved for F's sake. Ederson, 100% a red card. No, I don't think it was a red card. I'm going to be fair there. I think that there was covering defenders. I don't think you can give it personally. How was Ederson not sent off? Hamza's karma coming back to bite him. Arsenal fans, don't troll before our match, please. Let's get the W first. Exactly. Talk about City. Criticize things that are not wrong, but don't troll yet. Gods are watching. They're listening. They're around. They're in your area, bruv. Did FIFA cover your expenses at the World Cup? No. The Football Terrorist, my company, covered our expenses at the World Cup. The only thing that we did that FIFA covered is there was a few parties that they put on. And again, FIFA was the host, but it was all paid for by the Qatari royal family. So FIFA didn't pay for anything. I suppose you could argue FIFA paid for nothing, because Qatar had to pay FIFA. So, FIFA giving nothing but my G. They didn't pay nothing for me. We did that. Our sponsors covered us as well. We had sponsors for that. So, what the F? I fell asleep on the couch after the 70th minute and wake up to this. Liverpool and Arsenal title race. Have we seen that in the Prem? That hasn't been seen in the Prem. I'm going to say this now. Don't be writing Man City off. They're in this title race still. By the way, no City fans have arrived backstage yet. None have arrived. None. Diddly squat. Bare minimum today. At least we won. This from Moose Wiz, obviously talking about Chelsea. We'll come back to Chelsea a little bit in a minute. Curran here says, I'm so happy you'll never walk alone. And I'm sure you guys are buzzing about that today. No one has sent me a thing of this Bernardo Silva foul here. I'm going to Google it. Silva foul. Let me check. That might not even come up. Or I wrote Silva, not Silva. That's not going to help. That's effing ridiculous. It's a penalty. Okay, there's no videos of it anywhere. The problem is you don't have enough City fans online to like post stuff so you can see it. Do you know what I'm saying? Anyone's got a link, send it me. Send it me. There's always a goalie covering defenders and still they get a red. How is it not the same? I understand where you're coming from. So you could argue if the goalie doesn't do that and there's an open net, it's relatively easier. But if there's a defender that makes a foul and there's a covering defender, it's never a red card. So, yeah, for me, I think it was right that it was a yellow. Happy birthday, Terry. Hope you have a great night. Yeah, thank you. My birthday tomorrow, but thank you very much indeed. Yeah, like KJ's here, my brothers. Phil's down. I'm going to go out with the family and, yeah, just have a bit of food, have a good night, and then stay up and try and stay up and watch the UFC. That is what we're going to try and do tonight. But man is getting old, 38 now. Jeez. I'll get back in the gym. I'll tell you that now. There we go. A lot of people still saying that was a red. Well, we'll talk to the panel when they come out about it. Now, of course, Chelsea won as well today. And look, was it a vintage, top-class, amazing Chelsea performance? No. But they were by far the better team. There was a few hairy moments in the first half. But it was an interesting lineup. Enzo, there's a lot of criticism, dropped today. And a double pivot of Gallagher and Caicedo they went with. Cole Palmer in that number 10 role. And I thought Chelsea were by far the better team. I think 2-0 actually was a flattering scoreline for Sheffield United. I don't think if they would have lost 3-0 or 4-0, maybe even 5-0, that would have been fair. I think Chelsea still need to become more clinical at the other end of the pitch. Some of the opportunity, I mean, the miss by Broja at the end. Jesus, Lord Almighty, that was a poor miss. However, you have to look for the positives in these situations because it's only the first time in 12 months that Chelsea Football Club have won back-to-back home games in the Premier League. And that isn't me trolling. You've got to start somewhere. The sort of the improvements have to start somewhere. And maybe, just maybe, today is that. Maybe, just maybe, today is the day where Chelsea starts to get a little bit of a run of form. They're moving to 10th in the league. They didn't drop any deeper. You know, you've got the likes of Man United are probably going to lose their next games. Arsenal are the favourites to beat Brighton. That then gives them an opportunity over the festive period to catch Brighton, catch Man United, get themselves in the top 8, and then grow from that point. They've had a lot of good performances this year. They haven't had a lot of good results. I definitely think the manager is right to criticise him. But at the same time, people have been questioning me all week about me being a hypocrite. Or why are you saying that Poch shouldn't be sacked? And I've never said 100% he shouldn't be. But I believe the scenarios are different. And I look at that dressing room and I look at those players on the pitch today. And I believe they are fighting hard, pushing hard, and working hard for Poch. What they need to do in January is buy experienced players. What they need to do in January is buy some older individuals that can really help these young players galvanize, improve, and move forward. That is what is going to be needed by Chelsea. But as I say, a solid win for them today. Yes, it's against the team bottom of the table. You'll get things like, it's only Sheffield United. These are the types of teams that have been banana skins for over 12 months for Chelsea. So it's important they win those matches. It's important their fans celebrate it as well. Their fans 110% should be celebrating wins like this. None of this nonsense of why you celebrate an irrelevant win. You're not top of the league. No, you've got to celebrate it. You've got to enjoy these moments as fans, but then still hold your club to a standard and pressure upon them to win the next game. These two things can coexist at exactly the same time, in my personal opinion. We're going to start bringing the panel out now. We've got David backstage. We've got Andrew Winter Surfer. We've got Strasbourg Steve. I know you guys are going to talk about your clubs, but we are going to be talking about Man City to start with. I've got to start with them today. I don't have the longest time. I've got dinner at 6:30. I will get onto your clubs as well. Terry, Alec, Bobakic, Mofakic, Modakic. Listen, bro, I'm obsessed with City, absolute weapon. You know, it's really funny. I talk about City when you lose or talk about City when you have a bad result and I'm obsessed with you. But when I don't talk about City, I've seen you in my comments, Alec. You go, why do you do Arsenal and Man United and Liverpool and Chelsea videos, but you don't talk about Man City? Oh, why don't you talk about us more? Then I talk about you and you call me obsessed. Alec, my G, cry more. I'm going to do the weakest piece of banter against you, Alec Bobakic. I'm going to stand around and say this to you. Cry more. You little punk. Listen, it's not Olise, is it? It's not Olise. It's a terrible joke, but I tried. I should plan some of these beforehand. But anyway, Alec, cry. Yes, definitely cry more, Alec. Terry's obsessed. Oh no, sassy Terry. Doesn't sassy mean like I'm being a bit saucy? I don't know what sassy means. I only ever heard the girls on Geordie Shore say that. Maybe I'm being sassy. I'll Google it. Happy birthday, Terry. You have the same birthday as my club, Milan. Cheers, bro, to many more. Thank you, Gio. I appreciate the super chat and donation, brother. And hopefully I have many more. fingers crossed, I pray. Just until the kids are grown up. Once the kids are grown up, then I'm relaxed about it. I'll be honest with you. City fans are crying. Of course they are. My brother was watching Leyton Orient in the other room with the boys. And they... Oh, who's this? Oh, KJ's here to say hello, people.
Yo, what's up, people? Hope you're all good. Hey, listen, Man City, it's not their time. It's not their time. I've been telling you. 4P after a treble, almost impossible, literally. But yeah, hope everyone's good. Celebrate the big man tomorrow and today. So anyway, go like, subscribe, and all of that.
Go get ready. It's drinking time soon, KJ. It's drinking time soon.
We don't do that in the name of the Lord. Amen.
Bruv, Fried Tuck, love these beer, bruv. We is drinking tonight. Never crying treble kings. Okay, Alec, it's all banter, my bro. It's all banter, my bro. Time for the panel now. We've got David here. We've got Winter Surfer. We've got Strasbourg Steve out here with us. Gents, welcome back to the show. Look, I wanted to first get your reaction to, because every single City fan that's been sent the link has done a Burton. We don't know where they are. We've got to take out a missing person ad. V, where are you over there in Canada? As your prime minister shut down your internet, have they censored you that bad in North America? V, where are you, bruv? You can't be at a neighbor's house eating dinner right now or making TikToks. Get on the terrace, Hamza. Get yourself here. Patrick, my friend, where are you? We want to see you here right now on TFT, on the Full Fan Highlight Show. But David, City dropping more points. Is it fair to say that they've lost a little bit of edge this year?
Yeah, they have. I think they have. I think the signings they made in the summer haven't fully replaced the people they let go, because those players were mainly very, very clutch for them. But I still think they're going to win the league, so I don't think it really matters. Sorry, everyone. I know everyone's loving this. Oh, City, they're not looking so good and blah, blah, blah. At worst, by the end of this weekend, they're only going to be 6 points behind. And we've seen them catch like 11, 12-point leads before. So I wouldn't be counting any chickens yet. They don't look as good, but to still act like they're not one of the, if not the best, one of the best teams in the league, I think it's crazy.
Yeah, they're still one of the best teams, there's no doubt, and I wouldn't be writing them off like some people are. But, Steve, you watch a lot of football. Is there something missing from them right now, irrespective of the injuries? Because it's a really, I don't remember, barring season one, a run of form like this for Manchester City when you look at their last 5 games, loss, draw, loss, win, draw. And the next game is away at Everton, who at the moment are on fire. And that game isn't going to be until the day after Boxing Day. They miss a round of games. They could be 10 points off the top and have 2 teams ahead of them by that amount, by a long amount, by the time they come back. Are they still the same Man City team? And can you still see them winning this league if they fall behind that far?
I think what they're missing right now is they're missing that maybe the drive or maybe the quality or maybe the mentality to just bury someone when they're down, right? I didn't watch the full game. I did watch the full Chelsea game, though, because obviously we got them on Tuesday. But I watched last 25-ish minutes of the Man City game. They were 2-0 up. And then when they scored Palace, they just took it up a gear. And I feel like Guardiola with the game management, it wasn't very, very atypical of them. I just felt like they managed the game terribly. after that point. And Palace kind of smelled blood in the water a bit. So yeah, I think I really think that Man City, I don't think, obviously they're not the same team, same constructed team, but we'll see how much of a reaction there is in the January window for them, possibly.
Yeah, I hear you on that.
Good from Palace. Good from Palace. Like 2-0 down to Man City. A lot of other teams would have
Mate,
been like,
it's a brilliant result for them.
Palace, man. They hate Palace. Man City hate Palace, bro.
Palace have a very decent away record.
They do have a good record
Yeah.
against them, for the size of Palace compared to what City are now. Don, from your point of view, what do you think? I know you're obviously watching the Chelsea game, and it's hard to cover multiple, but what do you think went wrong for City today? Is it the missing of the KDBs and the Haalands who normally like kill teams like this off, or do you think there's just maybe a lack of motivation from Man City right now?
I didn't actually watch the game, Terry, so I can't actually give my take on it. I didn't watch the game, unfortunately, but I'm hearing that defensively it was bad. I was speaking to Daps in the group chat. He said that defensively these lot aren't concentrating right now, and I've been saying the same sort of thing when I've been criticizing Man City right now. They've got that lack of control in midfield where they're playing Alvarez there. I don't know if he played in midfield today. Like I said, I can't really speak much on the game because I didn't watch it. But yeah, defensively they just haven't been as good as what we know Man City to be back there. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm hearing from Daps.
Well, they started the game with Lewis, and look, Lewis scored, so you praise him for that. But you put a young kid like Lewis in there, he's not of the standard of what of a Gundogan in terms of what they've gone and lost. Alvarez played up front, and I know a lot of people. I know when people talk about should Erling Haaland get the Ballon d'Or, and some people say, well, Alvarez won the World Cup as well, he should get it. To think that Alvarez is anywhere near Haaland's standard is crazy. There's some elements of football that Alvarez is probably better than Haaland at, but in terms of the most important attribute of a striker, and that is scoring goals, he isn't even on the same page as that man. So of course they're missing that, and it's just a team. I look at it today, and it should have more clinical edge, and it just doesn't. And why do you think that is, Andrew? What do you think they're missing? Is it because of those players that are out, or is it like a lot of people are suggesting? Maybe they just won so much now, they're a little bit bloated, they're a little bit full, they've maybe overindulged in success.
Yeah, it's a number of factors. There's always that one team that you just have a ridiculous record against. I think Palace, the only side that's got more points at Etihad is probably Man United. I think I read somewhere earlier today. So it's like there's always that one team that just springs up. We've got it with Everton away, no matter who, and Newcastle away. No matter how good our teams are, we always crap the bed up there, no matter what. So, and it's the same with City. I will say, Guardiola's probably the toughest coaching job was to get these guys motivated again after winning a treble as well. But also the replacements. I don't think the replacements what they brought in are that good. And also just generally the way they've been playing this season, it's been more like machine-like instead of like what we've been used to over the last few years. It's getting through games. Like the away game against Luton last week, it was just about getting through. They had those extra bits of quality, but it wasn't as if they brushed them aside 4 or 5-0 or something like that. And that's been like that all season. They've not seen that. I mean, we scored 4 against them and we've been crap this season. Do you know what I mean? So defensively, they've also not been good. So it's going to be, I think the replacements need time to settle, but you're also missing KDB, big influence in there. But you're right, losing someone like a Gundogan, especially like someone like a Gundogan, who is a proper leader in there, it's going to be hard to replace. Kovacic, hey, Chelsea fans, we told City about Kovacic. He gets injured all the time. He doesn't have a set run of games, and it's hard to actually establish himself. But you got to big up Palace for showing their resilience. So
absolutely, Palace deserve a lot of credit. Egal is here with us, and I will say, I know it's not the end of the season yet, but you kind of predicted this for Man City this year. They would be off the pace slightly. They're still a brilliant team, but wouldn't be the City of like the recent years. What did you make of the game? I'm sure you were glued to it, especially when Mateta scored. What did you make of City's performance, and what does it do to the league and title race, in your opinion?
Where is the man who was talking about Bottle last week in Vader? Why isn't he here? Where's Hamza, Mr. Bottle Job? Hey, they bottled how many leads this season? How many times are they bottling leads? This time versus Crystal Palace at home, a 2-0 lead at home versus Crystal Palace, a Crystal Palace side with that many injuries, that many players that they have issues with. And you're telling me that Manchester City This Manchester City team, they're going to start crying, oh, we're missing players, we have injuries, we have this, we have that. But yet you think when you get Kevin De Bruyne back and these guys back, you're going to automatically go 15 straight and blitz the league and win every single game. It doesn't work that way. It does not work that way. Eventually, things start to catch up to you. And this Manchester City, every year we're just going to win it because we're going to go on a run. We're going to go on a run. At what point are they going to start saying to themselves, we're dropping too many points for us to even go on this magical run to potentially go and win it? Personally, for me, Man City fans, Man City, please fall back. Just let it be between Arsenal and Liverpool, and we'll see who wins between us two. But right now, these Man City fans need to look at themselves and say to themselves, how many weeks are we going to continuously drop points and say, oh, it's early. It's December 16th. Talk to me in May. Guess what? You can continue to drop points, and then you won't get to May. I'm not even going to sit here and say, oh, they're out of it 100%. It's not that they're out of it. They just have to realize what they're watching. They're not watching the same City team. They've dropped. Look, let's just go back to some of the results this season so far. So you lost to Wolves, right? You lost to Arsenal. You drew 4-4 versus Chelsea, where you took the lead on numerous occasions. You drew to Liverpool at home, where you had the lead. You drew to Tottenham at home, where you had the lead. You drew to Crystal Palace at home, where you had the lead. You lost to Aston Villa away. At what point are we going to start to say this is not the same City? I get it. There's players out. Kevin De Bruyne comes back. It looks like a different team. But guess what? You still don't have the same level of quality throughout the squad. Mateus Nunes, not good enough. Kovacic, not good enough. Doku, he's still young. He has a long way to go to improve, to be this game changer that you guys need. Jack Grealish, £100 million flop at this point. I don't see anything that he brings to City to say that he's this game changer. When they need a goal, when they need somebody to step up, guess what? Phil Foden stepped up for Crystal Palace today. That's what he did. So at the end of the day, these guys keep talking about other people bottling it. Guess what? This season, they're the biggest bottle jobs. They're the ones that are bottling the league. They're the ones that are throwing it away. And you know what? They can do that because they've won it so many times that it doesn't hurt them. But guess what? Eventually, your numbness to losses and drop points is going to become a reality. And I don't know when it's going to become a reality for them.
It's not a good habit that Man City have fallen into lately, right? It's the habit, because we hear about, like, on the Newcastle side of things in relegation battles, that feeling of losing over and over and over, or drawing, or dropping points from winning positions. That stuff, you got to stop the rot, right? And Man City, certainly, like, lately in the league, they've just been hunky-dory, I guess would be the term. Just kind of
they're just going through it.
By the way, big up Chelsea winning the game. Cole Palmer got you a goal and assist. You guys had a good performance, but guess what? You're still going to lose to Wolves in the next game, so don't get too excited. Anyways, I'm out of here, guys.
Listen, I agree with a lot of what's been said in terms about the City thing. In terms of it's a bad habit. It's a very, very bad habit to be in. I want to go to some of these super chats here. If you've done Chelsea super chats, we will come to them later in the show. Doug here says, I get the why, but it's still annoying how City can have a string of disappointing results and still be favourites, but other clubs do 1 point and title over. Do you know what? It's a great point, but it's a nonsense. And what I mean by a nonsense is, if Arsenal not beating Villa last week was not an indication that they are guaranteed to not win the league. If Man United pulled off a shock tomorrow and took points off Liverpool, that doesn't mean they're not winning or can't win the league. That is, again, that's over the top. Equally, City are still the favourites because it's only a 3 or 4 point gap. But if by the time they come
back out the last 6, that's why.
Yeah, if they come back from the World Club Championships, and lose away at Everton, and suddenly then they're 10 plus points at the top, 8 plus points off second, 6 plus points off third. That's a very different scenario. And I think people will have a very different opinion to who may win the league then, because they've never faced that situation. And in fact, I don't know if any team's ever overcome that at that stage. So yeah, I do agree with you there. Happy birthday, Terry. Have a good one. Thank you very much, Sean. I appreciate that, my G. Tomorrow's the birthday, but I really do appreciate that.
Early birthday.
Football gods are listening. Yeah, Egal has tempted the footballing gods with what he just said there, but we will see how it pans out. It's between Liverpool and Villa. Arsenal will fall back, is what Meta says here. Yes. City bottle like they are from North London. Funny. Egal, please, let's be calm today, is what James Adams has got to say to him.
December is a long month for all of us. So be careful what you're saying, man.
We'll come back to the Cole Palmer one in a moment. We are seeing the beginning of the end of City. So again, I want to stop the comment straight away and go, maybe just this year. Don't think that this is City going to drop off and do a Man United in the last decade at this stage. I don't think so. It says now that we are finally they're having to comply with FFP. Listen, let's see what happens with that result. My brother was saying earlier, we were watching the game with him, and I was saying this as KJ walked in, and Phil, one of my mates, said to him, "Oh, one day, bro, you guys will get up there. One day we're playing City." I just thought to myself, yeah, when City get relegated after they're found guilty, that's going to be it. But ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you, Hamza is here with us now, brother. What happened today, my friend? Bottling a 2-0 lead against a relegation team at home. Is this still City?
I can't believe it, man. Terry, I swear to God, I cannot believe it. This is a bottle job and a half. Like, literally. They've let Pep down. And you know, number one, I'm going to come out. I blame, and City fan, I swear, City fan, I've been telling you for some time. Rivals have lied to you about this squad. I warned you. Every time I come and tell you we don't have a good squad, you laugh at me. Oh, no, Pep will get it together. Oh, Pep. This squad is not good enough. It's shown exactly. Again and again, I'm tired. This is beyond belief. It's not about Pep. It's not about Man City now. We're not that Man City in the past. Yeah, have some shame and standards sometimes. Yeah, you're not the same Man City in the past. Have some shame. United is not the same United. They're drop off. They're nobody. You believe? Oh, Man United is the biggest club in the world. They're not. They finished bottom the table. Why? Why do you still?
How did Man United
trip up to win the league this year? No, it is not okay. We have to win the league. Why? Why do you want to lower your standards? Why? Why do you think Real Madrid don't have kids on the bench? Why? They behave like a big club. They will never lower your standards. This season, fan base have lowered their standards. It's a fact. The football club has lowered their standards. What are we doing here? What are we lying to the people?
So, Hamza, you're saying there's some complacency?
Because I'm loyal to Pep. I am loyal to the greatest manager because I know.
Let me ask you a question, Hamza. Let me ask you this question. Why is, in your opinion, has Pep Guardiola lowered the standards of your football club this year?
Not Pep. Pep has not lowered the standard. He has he's top standard.
No control.
They've let him down. They've let him down. Some people have let him down. There's some people heart. You play with heart and mind.
Who's let him down? Who's let him down? Hamza, who's let him down?
The recruitment was bad, poor. Whether they like it or not. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes. We all make mistakes. But the best thing is you put your hand up and say, we were wrong. Why City fans not accept it? Accept it. When I say that, oh, I'm a waffler, I'm making excuses. We're not good enough. We're not good enough. There's some players that can be benched, but we don't have the quality to bench them. We don't have the quality to bench them. Let me give you an example. They have one chance. They cross a little ball and he beats everyone, including Ake, and he goes in the tapping. Second goal, let me tell you, second goal. Foden's got the ball. Foden's not immune to criticism. Foden's not immune to criticism because he's a star boy. I'm sorry. I'm very fair. Yeah? When I come out criticizing Calvin Phillips, today Foden has to be criticized. Yeah? Foden's a great player. You're 93 minutes in. You got the ball. Why are you trying to not make a guy? Bernardo's on that wing. Pass the ball to him. Do you think KDB would have done that? No. Because they have heritage. They have standards. They know how to waste time. Yeah?
Kind of
you lose that ball, then we consider that's a bottle job. What are we doing here? That's a bottle job, 100%. And that's why I can't blame Pep for that. Pep was not on the pitch. Pep has been raised with standards. You know, all these fans, Pep has been raised with standards. I will never blame him. Never, ever will I ever throw Pep under the bus. Never. I'm so loyal because I know he has heritage from a player to a manager to everywhere he's gone. So it's not his fault. It's never Pep's fault. I will never throw Pep under the bus. I will throw players under the bus because some players have been too big-headed after we won the treble.
Who did they get picked by?
And I don't want to call them bad because I'm loyal to those players. But Foden today has to take an error. Another player has not been consistent, but he can't be dropped.
Hamza, how do you improve from here? What do you need to do from here then? How do you kick on and win the league again?
Let me tell you something. As any City fan, that's Liverpool signed 4 midfielders. 4. Endo, Szoboszlai, another guy called McAllister, and they signed another guy. I got given
Gravenberch.
Gravenberch. I got given Hamza. Take a boy from Wolves who was fighting relegation, Nunes. I don't blame Nunes. He's not the quality yet. He'll take him a year. Then I get given Kovacic. You frauds gave me Kovacic injury prone, and you sold me for 20 million. And City fans believed, oh, what a profit we earn. We're making. You can't do that. And you've been chopping on the squad like Sterling. You didn't replace him. Where's the matter? These players are incredible. You need to replace them. Now you need to go to the market. And because we need to sign 2 players at least. 2 players have to come. Only manager can rescue this is Pep. And I trust him. I trust the players. I don't give up on him. But this cannot happen. Because the bottle jobs against Chelsea. Chelsea is a crap side. What are we doing here? 4-4 against Chelsea. Are you joking? You're winning against Chelsea 90 minutes. You give a penalty. What are you doing here? Yeah, you lose to Aston Villa. You're better than Aston Villa. You lost to Arsenal 1-0 on a deflected goal. Decision has to be made.
That day.
We need we need Rodri. We need someone to back up Rodri. Consistent top quality players. And these are like Barella, Zubimendi, the top. Forget shopping at Lidl and Aldi. You need to shop now Harrods because your Harrods heritage. Don't go like United. United is not a big club at the moment compared to you. You're the European champions. Behave like that.
Harrods heritage.
I'm tired of you guys lying to us. Oh, no, we need to spend money now. You see, we're not good enough. Be honest.
I was actually Hamza. I was going to suggest Barella because you could use someone like that. Because for me, when I watched you guys, the game management was poor and the control. And like you said, that decision from Foden. They've been
linked to Kimmich now, isn't it? They're being linked to him. He might apparently they might
go. Rodri doesn't have a guy who can protect him. We bypass Rodri, bang. That's it. You see them counter-attacking. Everyone's running their frauds like Scooby-Doos. Yo, Mark, go, coming, bang, go. Every counter-attack. I've got my arms. I never used to have this. Every counter-attack. Crystal Palace have made me even buy in my shirt. I was buying my shirt. Every counter. Oh, why do I need to buy my shirt? It's Crystal Palace. Why?
I actually have a genuine question.
I'm conceding 4 against Chelsea. Little crappy 4 Chelsea. I conceded 4.
I know with crap.
I know with crap. I conceded 2 to Wolves. We're conceding goals all the time. Why? I told you.
Because of the way your manager has your defense set up.
No, midfielders.
Can I ask the question?
You refuse to blame Pep for anything.
Yeah.
He has sole control over who comes in and out of that club. Okay? He has sole control. He has sole control on the tactics, and defensively you've been crap this season than you have been before. That's on Pep. I know you don't want to do this because we tried to get you to blame Pep on other things, and you deflect.
But this is
Andrew.
Alex, I'm going to come to you in a minute. But I just want to. There's something I've got to show you all.
Waka waka, bottle job back done once again. They bottle the again. Zamina, waka waka, bottle job back done once again. They bottle the again. Samina, waka waka, bottle job back done once again. Bottle job back done. Zamina, waka waka, Samina, bottle job. You've done it once again. Samina, waka waka, Samina, bottle job.
Alex, over to you, brother. Over to you.
You see, Hamza is such a fraud. In the beginning, he was saying like, how Chelsea can sell us the best players like Kovacic. What a player. And now he's crying, said, you fraud us. How fraud are you that you're saying thank you and said for cheap? First of all, it wasn't 25, it was 35, but thank you. And then you're saying that you complaining the hand that feeds you. I think we have on our hands the best thing that everybody was asking a question about Pep Guardiola. What would Pep Guardiola do if he would have had a handful of average players. Did anybody ask? Did anybody ever ask those kind of questions before? Saying, what if Pep had average players and didn't go to the Bayern Munich, didn't inherited the best Barcelona team, didn't go to Manchester City? Everybody was everybody was asking, what would Pep do if he had average players? So now we have Pep Guardiola with average team. And
Kinda like
nobody's
when
asking
Ancelotti
a
was
big
Everton.
question.
This-
Why is not he is
The biggest-
responsible? Because
it's the
because
biggest myth
Thiago
in
Silva,
football.
because Bernardo Silva was dribbling out of his own box, and the game that you 2-1 winning, why do you do that? It's because of the tactics of the manager. Sometimes you need to change the style and hold on to the lead. So my question is Pep Guardiola finally gonna be asked those questions?
No,
Average team,
because
what he's going
you
to do?
can't win with average players football. There's
Oh,
no way.
I know that, Hamza.
You can't. Even
You can't?
Manchester United, Roy Keane was special. Paul Scholes was special. Ryan Giggs were top greatest wingers of all time. You have to win with the elite players. No one ever wins with average players. If you win with average players, it's the biggest joke ever. So any manager cannot win a Premier League with average players. The only guy who can come back and win this Premier League is Pep Guardiola, because he's done it at all levels. He's the only manager that's won it at Spain, Germany, and has done it so many times in this league. The only problem is
you don't understand the question. Am I asking the wrong in different English?
No, you're not. But that is Hamza's answer. Just in the interest of time, we've got time constraints tonight. I've got some more super chats. I'm going to be chatting about Chelsea here. This here says he came here to mumble without shame, no surprise. Now listen, Hamza is not mumbling. Hamza's very clear on what he thinks the problem is. They've been shopping at Aldi, bruv. City need to spend money. Happy birthday for tomorrow. Thank you, Ray. I appreciate that. Jacob says, Hamza, why are you not blaming Guardiola, City, and your deluded fans and your 115 charges for some? Shame me. What Jacob says here. It's Hamza being offbeat that kills me every time. Yeah, that I love that bit. Yeah. Waka. Surprise for Hamza. Pep equals recruitment. So yeah, listen, if you're the things you're criticizing, Hamza, I will say this, but you're not putting any blame on the man. That's weird, bruv. It's like going to a restaurant, your food being burnt, and you blaming the waitress. It's crazy to me in terms of the lowering of the standards. Today, I believe Hamza is a clueless Man City fan. He's not. He's deflecting. He ain't clueless. Hamza the waffler. So cringe, lad. What a wally. Pep has nudes on Hamza or something. I can't. Is what he says here. Hamza, are you going to claim that you're missing KDB?
No.
He didn't say he's missing Gundogan for once. He usually
no,
comes out with that.
No.
Yeah, so, you know.
Hamza, Anthony Taylor, Pep, Eric Ten Hag, all bald, all frauds. Pep out. What are you saying, Man City fans? # you'll never walk alone. Hamza, sing for us. Yeah, give us a little rendition of Waka Waka. Time for Africa. Go on, my brother. Sing it for us. Little sing song for a birthday present.
Waka Waka. We're gonna come back from this defeat. We're gonna win it again. Samina.
Oh, okay. Now you're gonna win it again, yeah?
I like it. With this bad recruitment from Aldi, man's gonna do it. He's gonna set up with this. FFP can't. Football gods remove City's points. Maybe. Arsenal are not winning the league unless we buy a Harry Kane level of striker. It's obvious, and it would be criminal from Arteta not to address it. I'm checking under rocks for Manchester City fans. Terry, Man United are harmless goats, but Rasmus, what a talent. I don't want to talk about my club, bruv. Thank you.
We'll do that tomorrow.
It's painful.
Tomorrow,
yeah, we'll talk about
that. Have a good night. Thank you very much, True Blue. I appreciate that. Happy early birthday, you beautiful man. Thank you, Chris Walker. That's a very kind thing to say. D says, happy birthday, Terry. God bless you throughout your life. Thank you. I hope he does. Nico 8, Martinelli 4, GA 1 called a flop. Nicholas Jackson. We'll get onto that in a minute. City fans are crying. Ha ha ha. I've done some of these other super chats already. Here's some money for a Jack Daniels and Coke. I had to drink Jack Daniels. I did a food intolerance test, and I like drinking vodka. And it come back, and one of the highest scores I had for intolerance is to vodka. And I'm like, no wonder I've been feeling rough. So I've had to move on to whiskey. So yeah, I'll be having a little whiskey very soon, my friend. As soon as I'm done working. Let's have a look at some more of these. There's a few left here to go. Cleverly Anderson, world class. Happy birthday.
Oh yeah.
Compared to what we've got now, they bloody are. Man United last Premier League was with a bunch of average. Don't do that. Michael Carrick, Wayne Rooney, Van Persie,
Giggs last year,
and Vidic, Evra.
This guy,
Let's say they weren't in their prime. They weren't in
You
their prime.
can bring Leicester in the conversation, but
Yeah.
don't bring like Man United. Like that's.
Well,
what about Blackburn Rovers?
I
Actually,
just
no,
wonder.
Blackburn
I just wondered.
No,
is anybody
I-
actually clicking about the manager situation? Is anybody wondering about Pep? Now you actually have the answer. It's on your display. What Pep will do with average team, and this is the example you get.
Yeah. Well, at the moment, definitely. Sorry. Oops, sorry, Bruno didn't know this was your rock.
That's the most beautiful out of context thing this channel will ever
Yeah.
see.
It certainly is. Oh, I'm checking under rocks for City fans, is what he says here as well. Thank you, bro. Look at Palmer versus Foden. Palmer carrying Chelsea is very good today. We're going to get onto that in a minute. Wishing you a happy birthday, Tel. Thank you, God's will. I appreciate that, brother. Henderson won a Premier League, by the way.
He was in a very good team.
More players. How surprising. How about work with what you have got, like 18 other teams? Isn't it funny as well, right? Whenever Pep's been praised, it's Pep gets the best out of everyone, makes everybody brilliant. And I've said it for years. Klopp and Pep, everyone can make certain players better. But if you don't buy right, if you don't recruit right, your team goes backwards. It's nonsense that a world-class manager can coach any player into being brilliant is an absolute fallacy. Terry, your life on the line. Who are you choosing to win you a game? Centurion City or treble winning City?
I know what I'm picking.
Are we playing in 2023 or 2018? Because if we're playing in 2023, I think the likes of there's a lot of teams that are better now than they were. So I'd pick this. If we're playing now, I'd pick this team. If we're playing back in 2018, I'd definitely pick that team that was better than everybody. But I'm going to pick treble winners. I'm going to go with Haaland to finish it off. Terry, I'm not being funny, but how on earth is West Ham versus Wolves on Sky Sports over Arsenal Brighton? Because Arsenal Brighton should have been on today at 3 p.m, but it's been moved to Sunday because of the Europa League. That's why. Which, by the way, it should also be on TV. It's always a really good game. Boys, Don, I'm going to come to you first. That's a big win, an important win today. First back-to-back home wins in the Premier League in 12 months for Chelsea.
Crazy, man. Crazy stuff, man. But honestly, Terry, listen, when I saw the lineup, I wasn't happy with it, man. I'm seeing 4 centre-backs again. You know, I'm seeing Enzo got dropped. I wasn't really happy. And right now, like I've said, I've got no confidence in the team. But in that second half, we looked a lot better than what we did in the first half, man. Like the first half, the XG was terrible. You know, we weren't creating nothing. Mudryk, he was poor, but he was trying to, you know, put in some crosses. Again, Jackson's movement was just terrible. You know, I'm seeing so many times where he can be in a danger zone, literally just to get a little poke on it like he did for the goal. And he wasn't nowhere to be seen. It's like, I'm watching this guy and I'm looking at him like, bro, did you go to brunch earlier in the morning or something? Like, why are you playing like this? Do you know what I'm saying? Very, very lazy. But yeah, in the second half, man, like I said, you know, it was good. It was good that Cole Palmer kind of took the game by the scruff of the neck and everything was going through him. You know, Sterling was really good for Palmer's goal. And the rest of the game, Palmer was just making things tick, man. So yeah, he was a game changer for us in that second half. But honestly, I'm not going to rave on about this performance because I've seen us play better than this. You know, it's one of them ones where it's like, just take the 3 points and we move. It's Sheffield United, Sheffield, but end of the day, none of us here, if I speak to Alex, ask Andrew and ask David, bro, none of us here were confident that we're going to win this game today. So I'm happy that we've got the 3 points, move on to Newcastle. I'm going to be at the game with Ches and Jem as well. And then, yeah, hopefully we just build a little bit of confidence from there, man. We've got guys like Nkuku back as well. So we'll see. But yeah, important 3 points, man. Very important.
I hear you on that. And David, do you echo what Don's had to say there, brother?
Yeah, no, again, up and down performances is to be expected. It's Sheffield United and they're genuinely awful. So doesn't shock me we won. But I wasn't confident. I saw 4 centre-backs. I saw no Enzo. And I was very worried, but we actually handled it very well. And I will finally say it. Conor Gallagher had an outstanding game. I can't believe I'm saying this.
He was good.
He was good. every time Sheffield United got in like the middle final third, he won the ball and he progressed it really well, and he didn't do anything stupid. So well done, Connor. You had a good performance, but I need more of it. And then Nicholas Jackson. I don't know how he has 8 GA, but it needs to be studied because he's always offside. He doesn't make good runs. Like he half time he doesn't know what's going on, and he just the ball
David,
ends up
it's
at
9 GA. It's 9 GA.
So yeah. And Broha, that is now going on a miss compilation because that is shocking. That is one of the worst misses I've ever seen.
Terrible.
It's like,
but you know who was good as well? Caicedo, man. He was brilliant today, man. On and off the ball, that guy was so tidy with it. You know, he's just cleaning everything up. Even like creating as well. He's trying to create today as well. And yeah, I'm just praying that Lavia recovers quickly, man. Because honestly, I think you're going to see the best of Caicedo when he's playing a little bit further up, like in the box-to-box role. With a Lavia behind him, just to, you know, soak everything up. Do you know what I'm saying? But Caicedo, another good performance today from him, man. He was good. He was solid.
Yeah, Winter Surfer, what did you make of it, bro?
Oh, well, the first half I wanted to rip my eyes out because that was just one of the worst halves I've ever seen. It looked like 11 players didn't even know what they were doing. Second half, we had a good 20-minute spell. We cleaned up the goals. But for me, it was just about getting the win today. Needs to follow up now against Newcastle, Wolves and Luton. We're only on 22 points. Still in 11th, so we need to build on this. Palmer played very well in those 20 minutes. Like I say, Caicedo played well. Gallagher did his Gallagher thing. I think what I didn't like is people get on Disasi, who's not a right back. I don't know what you expect Disasi to do. He's a centre back or right back. But I thought it was comfortable in the second half. I'm pretty miffed. I don't know what's the point about putting Nkunku on the bench if you're not even going to give him like 15 minutes or something like that when we're 2-0 up. But apparently he still needed time to recover, Poch said, but I don't know why you put him on the bench. Otherwise, it was a win that was desperately needed. The performance comes second for me. Follow it up now. I'm not going to, like Don said, we shouldn't get overgassed about the win. We need to follow it up now because we've seen this before. So
yeah,
especially Tuesday. I don't know what team Newcastle are going to play. Okay, but there's a real chance if you beat Newcastle that you could get a championship team in the semi-finals, and then you're on your way to Wembley. So
yeah, no, hugely agree. I just wanted to say we haven't got a lot of time left. Luton Town have just released a statement. Medical staff have confirmed that the Hatters captain suffered cardiac arrest on the pitch today, but was responsive by the time he was taken off the stretcher. He's receiving further treatment inside. He received further treatment inside the stadium, for which we once again thank the medical teams on both staff for. He is now in hospital, stable with family. So it's so fast again for the terrible situation in which it was. The best possible outcome from that point as of right now. So he is stable. He's with family. He's responsive as well, but he did suffer a cardiac arrest on the pitch today as well. So wish him nothing but health and a speedy recovery. God bless him over there. Alex, do you agree with what the boys are saying? Good performance today, good win, but use this as like a base now and let's get better and grow from this point.
I don't see no difference between first half and second half. We'll play like crap. Couldn't get together 3-4 passes. The only two players that I think they actually have good to mention is Caicedo and Badiashile. Maybe goalkeeper because he didn't face any threats, but the rest of them, nope.
Palmer wasn't good.
Ukrainian Bolt was doing Ukrainian Bolt thing. Jackson was outside. Palmer had the moments, then he didn't. Thiago Silva did his air control traffic, waving hands, and then pass it to the player beside him. No, I think it's actually poor. I'm okay. I'm happy we got 3 points, but no, that.
I think you're being harsh. I think you're being harsh, Alex, man. Because in that first half, in the final third, like Andrew was saying, in the first half we were shocking, bro. We were keeping the ball just to keep it. We weren't doing anything in the final third. Even that final pass from midfield, it was poor from Palmer and that. You know, Gallagher, he was like sloppy again in the first half. Everyone wasn't really at it. But in the second half, bro, like that final ball was a lot better. So I think you're being a little bit overly critical. I'm not saying that we was amazing in the second half because we wasn't. but I definitely saw a difference in performance in the second half, 110%, bro. And that's how we ended up scoring 2 goals.
I hear
That's
you
why
on.
maybe you pay attention to XGs a lot. I'm just look at the game. I'm gonna bring XGs after I watch the second time, and I need the XG to be if you watch the game second time. I didn't watch the game second time. I watched it the way I felt it. In the moment, it was no difference between the first half and the second half because we couldn't scramble 3 passes together, especially in offensive zone. The players out of tune. Every pass is short.
Yeah.
And the Gallagher, I'm sorry, still no.
I hear you. I hear your points on that. James, here's a question for David. Can we admit that Enzo is our worst midfielder this year? We were noticeably worse when he came on.
That's bullshit.
Here come the agendas. Here come the agendas, man. How many times is Poch going to rip? Enzo is not a 10. He's not a 10. He brought him on again and put him on in a 10 role. He just doesn't look comfortable there. Do you know what I'm saying? These are the problems that I've got. This is why I'm not even overly gassed. I'll take the 3 points, cool. But I'm still seeing things, Terry, that I'm not happy with, bro.
I hear you on that, brother. Are we going to talk about Caicedo's monster game? 122 touches, 95 passes completed, 2 key passes, 6 duels won, 16 final third passes, 10 ball recoveries, underrated player.
Here's why I'm sorry. It's against Sheffield United. I do expect him to play a good game against Sheffield United. I know we haven't been good this season, but I expect him to do more. He has played better against better teams as well. So a monster game against Sheffield United, I would expect. I wouldn't even call it monster game.
Compared to the rest of them, Andrew, he had the monster game.
He did.
Yeah. I hear you there.
I know, but it's...
Sorry, boys. Badia Shiel is a Rolls-Royce defender, recovery and one-on-one defending elite on the ball. He's better than Saliba. He is better than Saliba could be. It could be a hidden gem as a 6. Better than Saliba. That's a big claim. Mr. K here says, happy birthday, Terry. By the way, we need Hamza versus Egal if possible. It's going to be lit. We'll get that done soon on TFT. This just says Cole Palmer is a gem. And 7 goals in 16 games for Nico. Obviously got on the score sheet again today.
Remember how everyone told me Palmer can't play in the 10, Terry? They tried to cook me on here.
He looks great in that role. Bare minimum today, at least we won. Really looking forward to Nkunku finally joining and playing. It's been so abysmal for the last 18 months up the Chelsea. Final words with you, Steve. Newcastle rightfully played against 10 men for a lot of the game today. I don't know what Jimenez was doing, if I'm being honest with you. But yeah, you got the 3 points, a good way to bounce back after the disappointment in the Champions League. Impressed with your boys today?
Yeah, first half just didn't really take chances. Neutralized Fulham the whole game, though, so very happy about that. Injury to Fabian Schär, that's concerning. At least Botman came on, that's a good sign. But yeah, good performance, peppered them, pillar to post, as you should when you're at home against a team with 10 men. But yeah, I think very, very happy for Lewis Manning. Very happy, and he's progressed. I'm not going to say anything crazy about him, but I'm just very happy with this progression. Very happy.
I hear you there.
17 years old, stepping in, and he looks the part. He doesn't look out of place at all. So I'm very happy.
Doing the business. And speaking of doing the business, by the way, Everton winning 2-0 away at Burnley. What a run of form they are on since the FFP situation. You know, the irony is, I know that they'd won some games before. You could argue getting the points deductions made them a better team because it's galvanized them. Maybe they wouldn't be this good if they hadn't had it happen. But who knows? Look, I want to thank, I know a short end to this. I want to thank everybody who's tuned in. I very rarely take time off, but I'm going out with the family and friends tonight for dinner for my birthday. So please hit the like button before you leave. Gentlemen on the panel, thank you all very, very much indeed. Take care. Goodbye. God bless. And remember, waka waka,